Hello there. This is Pre-Calc Lesson 52, the inviolable argument. Inviolable? You guys know I'm not an English teacher, so I'm going to call it inviolable, and you guys will probably say it differently, and that's okay. And arguments in trig functions. So what does inviolable mean? It is safe from violation or profanation and impregnable to assault or trespass. A lot of big words. Why is that important? Okay, the argument of a function is inviolable because it cannot be removed from the expression nor changed in form by using standard algebraic techniques. This is the new thing that we are doing in trig functions. If you have tangent of 2 theta equals 1, this is not true. Tangent of theta equals 1/2. You cannot divide this by 2, big X through it. You cannot do this. Okay, you cannot just divide both sides by 2. Okay, we're now going to start doing trig functions where the coefficient in front of theta is not always 1. Okay, so I will show you how we solve it. Do not do this. It's like a sin against math. Okay, so instead, what do? So if we have tangent of 3 theta minus 1 equals 0, we solve and say tangent of 3 theta equals 1. Okay, now let's just pretend for a minute this is theta. We know that the tangent of theta equals 1, then theta is 45, or, right, if we go 45 is here, all students take calculus, we also want this angle here, because that is where tangent is positive, so theta can also be 225. Now, we have this 3 theta, okay? What changes now is this actually changes our range. Okay, we now are going to say 0 is less than or equal to 3 theta is less than 1080. Right? I've multiplied everything by 3. Which tells me that I can go a lot further than 360. Okay, now I'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, let's look back over here. So if theta is 45 or 225, then we say that 3 theta equals 45 or 3 theta equals 225. We divide all of these by 3. And we get that theta is 15 or 75. Those are 2 of our answers. Okay, now we can keep going though. Okay, these are not our only 2 answers because now 3 theta can go all the way up to 1080. Okay, so we're going to keep adding onto this. Okay, so we know that we can go up to, right, 45 here. What if we went all the way around and did 45 plus 360? Because we can go around again, which gives me 405. So these are 2 of our answers. Now we can say 3 theta is 405. We can do the same thing of 225 plus 360. Gives me 585, so 3 theta equals 585. Okay, then we see, can we keep going? Let's do 405 plus 360. Gives me 765, still in my parameters, so 3 theta can equal 765. Do 585 plus 360. Gives me 945, still in my parameters. Okay, now let's do 765 plus 360. Gives me 1125, not in my parameters. So I can't use that. So now I'm going to solve these 4 for theta. So theta can also be 405 divided by 3, which is 135. 585 divided by 3, which is 195, 765 divided by 3, 255, and 945 divided by 3, 315. Theta can be all 6 of these things. Okay? All right, let's do another example. Cosine of theta over 2 plus root 3 over 2 equals 0. So I'm going to solve this and say cosine of theta over 2 equals negative root 3 over 2. Okay, now let's look at our parameter. Our original parameter is theta is greater than or equal to 0, less than or 2 pi. Now we're going to say 0 is less than or equal to theta over 2 is less than pi. We've divided everything by 2. Okay, now we know that cosine is negative in these 2 quadrants. Okay, this here, and we know that this relates to our 30, 60, 90 triangle. So we know that the cosine of theta equals negative root 3 over 2 when theta, the negative, is, right, 150. Okay, so what this is telling me is theta over 2 equals 150, so theta is 300. Okay, we also know that theta is negative here at 210. Okay, 30. So theta over 2 equals 210, so theta is 420. Now, I know I'm using degrees. I'm going to switch it back to radians. But let's look at our parameter in terms of degrees. Okay? 0 is less than or equal to theta over 2 is less than or equal to 180. So theta over 2 equals 150. That works in our parameter. Theta over 2 equals 210 does not work in our parameter. Okay? So we're only looking at theta equals 300. Okay? Now we have to switch that into radians, right? So theta is going to be, if we've gone here, right? We are 1 pi over 6 less than pi, so theta is 5 pi over 6. Okay? Do not make silly, simple mistakes like dividing your argument by what's inside of the coefficient. Okay? Be very careful about this, and be very careful that you'll have a lot of answers. All right, we're only going to do those 2 examples today, so for now, you're off the hook. You can go work on your other homework.